Hi everyone, welcome to Verbling. This is a last minute class that I have picked up. My name is Hina and I am going to be your teacher for the next 2 hours. All right, so it's this class and the next one. My internet connection is not the greatest right now, so it might be giving me some issues. Definitely let me know if you can't hear me or if my video is lagging. All right, so we have in the chat with that, we have hang up with us Jose.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, how are you, Jose?
I'm fine. I'm new here.
Oh, you're new? Is it like your absolute first time?
Yeah, this is my absolute first time.
That's awesome. So where are you from, Jose?
I am in Colombia, no, from
You're in
Bogota.
Colombia. That's from Bogota. That's awesome. Welcome. Really nice to have you join us. It's always really cool to see new students on Burbling. All
Thank
right.
you.
Have you? You're welcome. And we also have Omar. Omar? And Francisco. Francisco, I haven't seen you in so long. How are you? Oh, Francisco left. Omar, how are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine. You?
I'm good too. I haven't seen you in a while as well in my classes.
Oh, yeah. I have been working so hard, teacher. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, no, it's no inconvenience to me. It's just, but I'm glad that you found time to join us. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting me to this wonderful class. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, you're the one who made the reservation, so.
All right. Thank you.
and we also have Francisco. Hi, Francisco. Francisco, I think Francisco might be connecting. So everybody who's watching this class, for example, all the students in the chat, we have Sharon, we have Layla, Robert. So as soon as the first 2 minutes of class are up, then the spots will open up for everyone. So right now, the spots, well, they're open now. So the first 2 minutes of all classes on Burbling, the spots are reserved for students who make a reservation. And if you don't have a reservation, then you need to wait for all the students who have reservations to come in, and then you're allowed to join as well. Okay, so I usually don't teach at this hour. So I know I'm going to be seeing a lot of new students, like students that are new to me. You might not be new to Burbling, but you'll be new to me just because I regularly don't teach at this hour. All right. So welcome everyone. Really nice to have you guys join us. Everybody can like hear me okay, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. It's just that my internet connection is not that great. As you can see, it's nighttime where I am. So if my internet kind of becomes a little uncooperative, definitely let me know and I'll try to do something about that. Okay, guys? Don't just sit there and be like, I have no idea what she's saying. All right? So let me know, okay? Like, she's talking, but I have no idea what she said because her internet's so bad. Don't be quiet.
We will pretend that all is okay.
Yeah, you're like the teacher's just talking and no one wants to stop her, but no one can hear her. Don't
Yes.
pretend, all right? Don't pretend.
Nothing
Tell
understand,
me.
but we pretend.
No pretending. Be honest. Give it to me straight, all right? I can handle the truth, okay, guys? I can take the
Okay.
truth. All right? Okay, so welcome everyone. Really nice to see so many students at this hour in class. So my name is Hina. I am originally from Canada, and right now I live in San Francisco in California. And I've been a teacher on Burbling since December of last year, right? And I picked up this class very last minute, so if you didn't see it on the schedule, that's the reason. And in today's class, we are going to be reading a document that I have attached with the class description, and we're going to be learning about the internet. The reason that I can teach you this class right now, the internet, all right? So we're going to be learning a little bit of history about the internet, and we're going to be learning new phrases and new vocabulary, and it's going to be a very fun-filled hour. Who's excited? Yes? No?
I am.
No?
Me.
Me. Thank God someone spoke up. I'm like, who's excited? It's like, quiet. Right? So that's awesome. So let's start with introductions, okay? So you guys know me. It's good. Connection is bad. Omar's connection is bad. Omar, I hope your connection it becomes better. I know all about bad connections. I'm so paranoid that I'm going to be dropped from this hangout, but hopefully I won't. All right. So let's start with introductions. So let's say our name. Let's say where we're from, and let's say what we use the internet for the most. Like the number one reason we use the internet and why we could not live without it. If you are one of those people who cannot live without the internet, okay? So let us start with Sharon. Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Welcome. Is this your first time on Burbling?
Yes.
Sharon? Yes? Oh, okay, awesome. So really nice to have you join us. Where are you from, Sharon?
I'm from Colombia.
You're from Colombia. That's awesome. So welcome. So do you use the internet a lot, Sharon? Sharon,
Sorry?
can you hear me? Do you use the internet a lot? Like the internet?
Yes. For
Yes?
me,
Okay,
internet is good.
It's good? Okay, that's awesome. That's perfect. Thank you, Sharon. Next we have Motaz.
Hey Hina, I'm Motaz and I'm from Syria, and it's my first class with you. I don't know why.
Oh, yay! Look at, you know what I usually do? I usually do this happy dance for students who are in my class for the first time. So there, you saw my happy dance, Motaz.
You know, Sebastian, the student from Chile,
Sebastian, yeah, I do
Yeah.
know Sebastian. What
he
about
was
him?
like, "Man, you have to join her class. She's so nice." She's okay.
Oh, that's so sweet of him. That's awesome. No, I know Sebastian. He's an awesome dude. I actually don't teach class at this time. Like right now, it's 9 p.m. at night where I am. So I usually teach classes in the morning. So I just picked up this slot because I thought, why not? It'll be fun to teach at a different time.
I don't know.
Welcome.
Never happened to be in your class.
Yeah, so well now you can say you have been in Hina's class.
Yes.
So that's great. So Motaz, why don't you tell us? So today we're going to be talking about the internet. So why don't you tell us what is the most important feature about the internet for you?
That's a tough question. Everything. I'm one of those people who cannot live without internet.
Who can I live without internet? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. And most of the people nowadays are like that. So we're going to be discussing about the pros and cons of being like that. All right?
Right.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Motaz. Next we have Moni.
Yes, Hannah.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Moni. How are you?
I am great. Thank you.
That's awesome. Do you want to introduce yourself to us, Moni?
Yes, I'm Moni from Egypt. It's my first time to join your class.
Wait. I'm doing a dance. Okay, I always do a little dance for students who join my class for the first time. So Moni, you gotta dance. Okay. All right. So Moni, why don't you tell us what's the most important thing about the internet for you?
A lot of things, but I think that I needed to learn more information, knowing the latest news. And it's important thing to get in touch with my friends who are far from me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. For me, that's the most important thing as well. Staying in touch with people who are not in the same city as I am.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Moni, and welcome. Really nice to have you join me in my class.
Thank
And next we have Lizette.
Hi, Hina.
Hi. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, how are you?
Great. So did I, my first time with you, my class.
Awesome. Oh, I'm just going to mute a couple of people just because they entered and it's very noisy. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Lizette, introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm from Colombia. Who more?
Like so we're talking about the internet. So what do you use the internet for the most?
I use the internet for looking information and share information and talk with my friends. Everything.
Yeah,
It's
a
all
lot of
for me.
yeah. I know we have some people in class who are like, I couldn't live without the internet. All right, so that's awesome. Thanks, Lizette. Next, let's go on to Juan.
Hello. Hello.
Juan.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, hello. This is my first time with you too.
I know a lot of you is probably going to be like your first time because I don't ever teach at this hour. So now that I am, all you students who are like in the part of the world that aren't on verbally when I'm teaching, you'll be like, new teacher. But I'm not really new.
But new teacher for us. New teacher
New,
for
yeah,
us.
exactly. I can't dance for everyone, guys. Come on.
You the rest.
So Juan, go. So go ahead, Juan. What about the internet is very important for you?
Well, it's very important for look information or share stuff with your friends and I don't know, too many things. Watch videos.
Yeah.
I like watch videos on YouTube and get connected in Facebook and Twitter. They're the
Yeah,
best.
exactly. Yeah, definitely. All right, thanks, Juan.
Thank you.
Next, let's move on to. We have two Jose's. So we have Jose L. Hi, Jose L.
Hi, Hina. Good evening. Good evening,
Good
everybody.
Good evening.
Well, yeah, this is my first time with you as well. And
Okay, go ahead.
thank you for the dance. Well, I'm from Peru. It is 11 p.m. here in Peru. And internet for me is like the library of the world.
Yeah.
And I can find everything here on internet.
Yeah, that's
now
true.
I'm using it for learning purposes.
Learning what?
Learning
What
English.
are you? Okay.
Learning purposes. Yes.
Okay. Learning purposes.
English
Purposes.
with purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Purposes. Yes.
Like learning English with native speakers.
Yeah, perfect. That's awesome. That's really good. And yeah, like I said, we wouldn't be here on Burbling without the internet. So it's it's maybe a little important to know some facts about it. All right. Thanks. Perfect, Jose. Thank you for that. Next we have Jose Alberto.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes.
I'm from Colombia, in Bogota, and it's my first time with you too. You know it already. This
Yes.
is a Saturday night class, and internet is obviously is very important for me. YouTube maybe is the most important service of the internet.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's can you move closer to the microphone or move it closer to your face because it's a little hard to understand what you're saying.
Oh, okay. It's better?
Perfect. Yeah,
All right.
that's perfect.
Okay. I was saying that the internet is very important for me, but the more important service for me is YouTube. Because
The most important service. Most important.
Yeah,
Okay.
the most important
Perfect.
one. Yeah, and I need a broadband for that, a well-working service, but YouTube, I see too many classes and information. It helps a lot.
Definitely, I agree. And Juan forgot to say he's from Venezuela. So Juan, I'll say it on your behalf. Juan in our class is from Venezuela, everyone. Okay? Thanks, Jose. Thanks for your answer. Next we have Igor.
Hi. I'm Igor.
Hi.
I'm from Republic of Moldova, and this is my first class with you.
There we go. You got a little break dance from me. Go
Okay,
ahead, Igor.
and but I just kidding. It's not my first class with you.
I know. I've seen you in class before, Igor. Like I
It's,
recognize your name.
Fourth class, I think, or
I'm not
fifth or.
dumb, people. Okay.
Okay. And
Mhm.
you thought that I don't remember, yes?
No,
Okay.
I because your name is very unique. Do you know what Igor means?
No.
No? Okay, does everybody know the story Frankenstein?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah?
yes.
Yeah, Frankenstein? Frankenstein was the monster, right? So a doctor, he created a monster. He took different body parts from different people and put them together, and like he brought a person to life, right? So the doctor who made Frankenstein, he had a helper, somebody who used to help him, and his helper's name was Igor.
Cool.
So Igor, you have a very unique name. I wouldn't forget your name. I was like, Frankenstein. All right.
Okay.
So that's perfect. So I remember you, Igor. So go ahead. You were telling us what about the internet is really crucial for you.
And for me, at the moment, the internet is important for study English.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The most important.
Only reason you all should use the internet for studying English on Burbling. That's
yes.
it. All right, perfect. Thanks, Igor. And lastly, we have Antonio.
Hi. Hi, Hina.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. I'm fine. How are you?
Fine. It's not my first class with you, but
Yeah,
if you
I
want,
remember.
you can dance.
No, it's cool. I've danced for like 6 people today. I never do this much dancing in class. Because usually students know me. Usually the students are like, yeah, we've been in class with you before. And I'm like, okay, let's start with the lesson. You guys are just like all new. So go ahead, Antonio. Where are you from again?
I'm from Spain, but I'm living in Argentina.
Okay. And what's crucial about the internet for you?
Today, my work is related with internet. I work most of the days in home, thanks to internet.
Yeah, so that's called, yeah. So do you know what that kind of work is called? When you don't have to go to the office, where you can just stay at home or wherever you want and work? Do you know what that's called?
We call flex, but I don't know if...
Okay, that's called working remotely, all right? Everybody knows what remote means? Yeah.
At distance.
Do you guys know what... Yeah, exactly, at a distance. So remote is something that is far. So when you have a job where you can work from home, or you can work from a Starbucks, or you can work from a jungle, it doesn't matter where you are, because you work on the internet, then you say that you are working remotely. And more jobs are becoming available for remote work because of the internet. If it wasn't for the internet, you would not be able to work remotely, right? So it's a really good point, Antonio, that it allows you to have remote employment. Anything else?
Yes, in my case, I met my wife by internet, and I'm living in Argentina for this reason. So internet is around my life.
That is amazing. That's such an adorable story. I haven't heard of a lot of stories like that where people meet over the internet and they get married. So it's really cool that you're one of those stories. You're like, I can attest to the fact that the internet is good. Okay? That's awesome. Thanks, Antonio. All right.
Okay.
So for a lot of us, the internet is crucial. Do you guys all know the word crucial? I'm writing it in the chat box. Yeah, crucial is like mandatory, all right? Again, mandatory. It's like you have to have it. So crucial, when something is crucial, it is so important that if it wasn't there, then you wouldn't be able to function. So for most
Essential.
people, essential. Yeah, that's a really essential. That's a really good word. So the internet is crucial for a lot of people for work, for school, for staying in touch, for getting their news. A lot of people choose the internet to get news nowadays as well. So what we're going to do is,
for
go ahead.
communication.
Communication, yeah. So what we're going to do now is I have a document. Let me post it in Verbling chat for you guys. So you getting the document? I posted it in Verbling chat. I can't see it, but do you get it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's perfect. So if you guys want to click on that document and open it, that's the document that we are using in class today. All right. It has a pretty nice passage. Yeah, it has like a nice passage. We're going to be reading some history about the internet and some new vocabulary. All right. And if there's some words that we come across that you guys don't know or you're not familiar with, definitely ask me. Okay. Don't just sit there quietly like I don't know what this means and I don't know if I should ask her. All right. So by all means. Okay, I'm just going to say that Kwan, because there was noise from your microphone, I muted you. So it's best that everybody keeps themselves muted when they're not talking. Okay, so everybody is going to get an opportunity to speak. There's going to be questions, and there's going to be a little reading section in this class too. So if you're not talking or if you don't have a question, just keep yourself muted because otherwise it'll get really noisy and we won't be able to hear what other people are saying.
Oh,
okay,
all right. Okay, all right.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Juan. So are we ready to begin? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen so you guys will be seeing the document that we are reading. Okay? You don't have to read it from my screen. I'm just sharing it so you guys know where we are in the document. I expect everybody to open the document on their own computers and read it from there. All right? I'm just sharing it here so all those who are watching can know. Okay? All right. So let's start with the reading part. So Antonio, so on page 1 there is the internet. There's this first passage. Can you read the first paragraph for us?
Yes. The internet. The internet is made up of a large number of computer networks linked together by wires, cables, and wireless connections. The networks are run by governments, universities, and private businesses.
Perfect. Thank you, Antonio. Igor, can I get you to continue on to the next paragraph?
Yes. The idea of linking computers to share information started in the United States in the 1940s, mainly for defense purposes. By the 1970s, there were several
1970s.
1970s, there were several computers networks, but they were not linked. Then in 1979, two Americans developed the Internet Protocol IP, which let packets of information be sent from one computer network to another until they reached their final destination. Computer networks could now be linked. About 1982, several networks merged to form the internet. Merged.
Yeah. Yes.
With D sound, yes?
Yes, merged, exactly.
Merged to form the internet. But it was used mostly by academics and technical experts.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Igor. Jose Alberto, can I get you to continue on to the next paragraph in 1989?
Okay, sure. In 1989, Tim Berners-Lee created a computer language known as HTML, a protocol
Known.
known.
Known. Yes, so in
Known.
known, we say both the ends. Known. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. A protocol known as HTTP that made it possible to send and receive documents throughout the internet. This was the beginning of the World Wide Web. The web consists of a series of documents or sites that are linked together. Each has a specific location called a URL or web address.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jose. We're going to go through this again at the end. So if there are any words like the words in bold, we'll discuss what they mean and practice their usage. Okay. Just make a note if you guys have any words that you'd like me to explain later on. Okay. Thanks, Jose.
Okay.
Next, let's get Jose L. You're welcome. Can I get you to do the next one, the web browser?
Web browser was developed shortly after. A browser is a piece of software that recognizes HTML and hyperlinks reference to other documents within documents. When a computer user clicks on a hyperlink, the browser connects to the computer storing hyperlink.
Yes.
The browser connects to the computer storing that data, the web server, and sends the data back to the user's computer. The web and the web browser allow ordinary people to use allowed.
Yeah.
Okay, the web browser allowed ordinary people to use the internet.
Perfect. Thank you, Jose. Next, Juan. Can I get you to read the next paragraph?
Okay. The internet holds a last 4 billion page of information.
At least 4 billion. Yeah.
At least 4 billion page of information, which
pages.
Close to
Sorry.
Pages.
Pages. Yes.
Pages of information, which close to 50 million host computers, send out to about 1 million users around the world. User by online service that offer email, chat rooms, and an internet browser to access the web in the package.
Yeah, in one package. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Juan. And Lizette, can I get you to finish off the passage, the last paragraph?
Yes. The internet has changed the world. People use it to share information, run their business, work from home, and keep in touch with family and friends.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that, Lizette. So there we go. That's a nice, concise history of the internet, the World Wide Web. Okay, and how it came to be. Do we have anybody in class who is like a software engineer or who works in computers? No? I'm gonna have to explain all of this to you guys. So in today's class, I am the software engineer. Okay. So yes, that's great. So as we can see that the internet started out the idea of linking computers. What does it mean to link? To link.
To connect.
To connect, yeah. So this idea of connecting different computers, so computers all over the world with one another, it was mainly for defense purposes. What are defense purposes? And who uses them?
Military.
Military. Yeah, exactly. Does everybody know what defense is? What is to defend? To defend is the Department of Defense. Yeah. So to defend is the verb and defense is the noun. Okay. So who can tell me what these words mean?
Resist an attack.
Opposite of attack.
Yeah, exactly. So to resist an attack. So for example, the armies, they defend their countries. So they protect their country. They resist war and attacks from other countries. All right. So in the United States, the internet was developed for defense purposes. So it was developed to be used in the military or the army to communicate with where the troops were all over the world or all over the United States. Okay, So it took about a good 30 years. By the 70s, there were several computer networks that were not linked, right? And in 1979, so it's very, very recent. It's not like the internet has been around for hundreds of years. It's very, very recent. Two Americans developed the Internet Protocol. All right. So what is a protocol on its own? Protocol.
Rules.
Tell me what protocol. Rules. Exactly. Protocol is a set of rules. Okay. So they developed the Internet Protocol. So rules that would govern how the internet would run. Okay. So this word, which led packets. What's a packet?
It's a small amount of information.
A tiny piece of information.
Yeah, a tiny piece of information, and a packet can be something physical as well. So, for example, you can have a packet. Another way of saying it is a small bag. All right, a packet. For example, a small bag. A packet of chips. Okay, packet of chips. All right, or a packet of cookies. Okay, so a packet can be a physical thing as well. It doesn't just have to be like a packet that you use on the internet. So if you hear this word being used in like everyday life, it means a small bag that is closed or sealed. Everybody knows what sealed is? Sealed?
Closed.
Closed.
Closed, yeah. Something that is sealed is something that is closed, all right? So for example, bags of chips, when you buy them at the supermarket or at the grocery store, they are sealed. So they are packaged and they are closed, right? Is everybody doing okay? So the couple of students are kind of quiet. So Moni, Motaz, Lizette, you guys doing okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, that's perfect. All right. So packets of information sent from one computer to another until they reach their final destination. Okay, who knows what a destination is?
Location.
Location, yeah. Your destination is where you are going, all right? So, like, the point of travel is to go to a destination, all right? So your destination, yeah. So, final point of arrival, okay? So, destination. So, the packets of information, they were sent from one computer until they reached where they had to go, and computers could now be linked. And in about 1982, several networks merged. What does it mean to merge?
They get grouped together.
To connect.
To connect
To
or
unite.
to mix. Yeah, to mix, to unite. The word is unite.
Yes, unite.
Okay, so this word, so unit is UNIT and UNITE is unite. Okay, no, it's a little strange. English is a strange language because unit and unite, they have exactly the same spelling, but they're said very differently. Okay, so you guys know what it means to unite?
To merge. Together.
Yeah, to come together, exactly. So to come together, exactly. So several networks, so a lot of networks, they came together, they united to form the internet, but it was mostly used by academics. Okay, academics. What does that mean, academics?
Universities, no?
Yeah, you can also call a person an academic, all right? So what kind of people would be academics?
Scientists.
Professor.
Yes, scientists, exactly. Scientists
Students.
or professors, okay? Students would not be academics because they're not experts, all right? An academic is someone who has studied a lot and has a lot of knowledge in a specific field. All right. So, for example, when I went to university, I studied biology. So my biology professors, they were academics in their field. They all had PhDs and they all did research. Okay. So students would not be academics because they are not experts in their field. They are still learning. But when you become an expert and you have a lot of years of school and university under your belt, then you are considered an academic. What else does academics mean? Well, like, what else does it mean? This word can mean something else as well. Okay, academics also means your studies. Okay, so for example, in university, there is an academic standing? Okay, what is an academic standing?
I don't know.
For example,
Syllabus,
yeah.
maybe?
So for example, at the end of the, so when you go to school, you have semesters, right? In a semester, at the end of the semester, you have exams, correct? I'm assuming everybody has exams when they go to school,
Yeah, I don't.
right? Okay, so you have your exam at the end of the semester, and then you want to know your marks, right? Your
Like
grades.
the
So
final report.
so yeah, like your final report. So when your final report comes out, you find out what your academic standing is. So did you fail or did you pass? All right, that is your academic standing. So academic can also be related to studies. Okay. So this word can be used in two different ways. So related to studies. Okay. So over here, when you say that the internet was used mostly by academics, you're saying that it was used by people who are in academia. Do you guys have you guys heard that word before? Academia?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, academia means people who their job is to work in the field of education. So teachers work in academia. Academia is the field related to studying and going to school and working in universities and working in schools. Okay? You guys understand the difference between all these words, academic, academia,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
different ways that you can use the word academic, all right? So academics can be people, they can also be fields of study in school. Okay? So
Okay.
initially the internet was used just by academics to do research and by people who were experts in the technical fields. Okay? So in 1989, which is not that long ago, this is after I was born, so this is actually very, very recent. Tim Berners-Lee, he created a computer language known as HTML and a protocol. So again, a set of rules known as HTTP that made it possible to send and receive documents. Okay, so what are some examples of documents? You guys do this? You guys send and receive documents all the time. So what are some examples of them?
Like
Email.
browsing.
Sorry, which one?
Like browsing on the internet.
Browsing. Yeah, browsing. Exactly.
And
Browsing
web
on
page
the
or
internet.
email, for example, too.
Yeah. Web page, email. What about like Word files? Okay, or pictures. Okay, these are all like different forms of documents. All right, so you could make it possible to send and receive documents through the internet, and this was the beginning of the World Wide Web. All right, so www. Okay. So usually we type in a browser, we had to type www, don't do it anymore. So the web consists. What does this word mean? To consist.
Is made of.
Yeah, to be made up of. Okay? So the web, the internet, is made up of a series of documents or websites. So these series of documents are called the sites that are joined together. And each one has its own location called a web address, all right? So burbling.com is a web address, all right? gmail.com, google.com, these are all different web addresses, okay? The web browser was developed shortly after. So what are some popular browsers? What are some popular browsers that we use to browse the internet? What are they?
Chrome.
Chrome, okay. Chrome, what else?
Mozilla.
Firefox.
Mozilla, Firefox, Internet Explorer,
Firefox, yeah.
Firefox, Mozilla,
Yeah.
Opera,
Internet Explorer, yeah. Mozilla, Opera, okay. And Safari. Safari. Yeah, exactly. If you have a Mac, then there's Safari. I mean, there's others as well. They're not that. I mean, but these are the most widely used. So Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Mozilla, Safari. Most of the world still uses Internet Explorer. All right. Do any of you use Internet Explorer? And do any of you use Internet? Really?
No.
Why?
Yes.
Igor, why do you use Internet Explorer
Because
and not another one?
Because Internet Explorer, many sites and many database on that sites. They do not work in the browsers like Chrome, Firefox. They designed for Internet Explorer, and when you, for example, open that site on another browser, you receive the message that this site only works on Internet Explorer. The sites not popular sites like Facebook, but specific sites.
Exactly. So some sites, so when this happens, when you want to access a website on a browser and the browser does not allow you to open the website, it's because that website is not supported. Okay? This is how you say it. All right?
It's designed for Internet Explorer.
Exactly. So, for example, if you use a website, for example, I'll tell you, Verbling is not supported on Internet Explorer. So a lot of functionality of Verbling does not work on Internet Explorer. All right, so it's not fully supported. So the best websites to open, so the best browsers to use to open Verbling are Chrome, Firefox, and Safari.
But
right?
Verbling is fully supported on Internet Explorer.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I think they've made it like that now. I think initially it wasn't meant to be like that. But yeah, you're right. So we say that the website or a function is not supported on a browser. And Internet Explorer definitely supports a lot of them. Okay. What do you guys think? So those of you who have moved away from Internet Explorer, why did you move away from it?
Because this is not the best. Not the best.
It's not the best? Okay, why do you think that, Jose?
Chrome is superior. Is better than that, and it has good tools, better support, and it's free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's free, exactly. Most web browsers are free, all right?
And Internet Explorer is free.
Internet Explorer is free as well, yeah.
And
yes.
easier to use than others.
Well, it's easier to use, yeah, and it's people are familiar with it. Do you guys know what familiar means? Familiar?
To know.
Yeah.
To know, exactly. So people know how to use it. It can be scary to have to learn to use a new browser, right? So, for example, if you have older parents, they might not want to learn how to use Google Chrome or Firefox, and they might just want to stay with Internet Explorer because they know how to use it. So they are familiar with it, all right? So familiarity is something is a big reason why people stay with what they are comfortable with, all right? I personally, I prefer Chrome over all the other ones. I used Firefox for a few years, and then I switched to Chrome, all right?
The best.
But I use all three: Firefox, Chrome, and Internet Explorer. All free.
Yeah. Every web browser is free. So
No. I mean, I use all three browsers of this.
Oh, you use all three browsers? Yeah. I think I use
Simultaneously.
Firefox. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's good to have variety, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to, like, you know what? I'm sick of this browser. I'm just gonna open another one. Okay, open. All right. So it's good to have variety.
No, some websites are not how to say, represented or opened on displayed. Yes, on some browsers. So we have to choose another browser, and will be opened correct.
Yeah. So this is called switching back and forth. All right, back and forth. You guys know what that means?
No.
Switching back and forth. Yeah,
From
so
one
switching
to another.
Exactly. So you're moving from one browser to another. So you're switching back and forth. Yeah, you're switching back and forth depending on which is the best one. All right. So for example, if you open Internet Explorer and your website doesn't open, you could switch to Firefox. And if it's even worse in Firefox, then you could go back to Internet Explorer. So this is called switching back and forth when you have not decided what you're going to use. So you use a bunch of different services until you decide which one you want. So it's called back and forth, so going from one to the other. Okay? So yeah,
Okay.
so the web browser, it was developed and it's a piece of software that recognizes, all right? What does recognize mean?
Unknown. No?
Recognize? Okay, recognize, it's sure, okay, it's known. How else can you recognize something?
When you know something, yet.
Okay, sorry, money?
Recognize, you mean?
Recognize, yeah, recognize. Okay, so recognize, that is the word that we are using. So what do you think it means?
Realize?
Realize, yeah, realize and recognize, they can be used similarly. So for example, if you are at the mall and you see someone and you recognize them, what does that mean? You know who they are.
Understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you understand. So a web browser, it recognizes, it understands its HTML and the hyperlinks. Okay, hyperlink references to other documents within documents. When a computer user clicks, all right, so everybody knows what clicking is. Pressing on a hyperlink, the browser connects the computer storing that data, which is basically the web server. So you're always linked and you're always connected. That is basically the entire point of the internet, so to always be linked and connected. Okay. The web and the web browser allowed ordinary people to use the internet. So who are ordinary people, guys?
Average. Simple.
We are all ordinary people, all right? Do we work? Are we technical experts or are we academics who are very high profile? What does high profile mean?
Professional.
Experts.
Professionals, experts, exactly. So not just experts and professionals, but for example, actors and actresses and singers. These are all people who are high profile, meaning a lot of people know them or they are very well known for something that they do. So scientists are high profile people because they are very known in the science community. Actors and actresses are high profile. Celebrities, politicians, all right? Politicians are high profile people as well because a lot of people know them and they're very famous. So when somebody is famous and a lot of people know who they are, we say that they are high profile. Okay? So the internet allowed ordinary people like you and I to be connected as well, and not just people who had power or who were high profile. Okay?
Average people.
Average people, yeah. Basically average people. So not celebrities and not movie stars or anything like that. Just everyday people. So another way to say an everyday person is an average Joe. Has anybody heard that expression?
Yes. It's American from United States mythologic.
Average Joe.
Average Joe. Average Joe is just an ordinary person. So just anybody is an average Joe, all right? So it's like you want to describe someone like, oh, so what does this guy do? What is his job? You can just say he's just an average Joe. He works at the software company and he writes code, all right? So I'm sorry, Gabrielle. Hi, Gabrielle. Nice of you to join us. Just make sure you keep yourself muted if you want to talk to other people. Okay? So an average Joe is just a regular person. He has a regular job. He pays his bills and he goes to work and he lives a regular life. So we describe a person who has a regular life as an average Joe. This person is not somebody who is high profile or who has a lot of fans or followers. He's just a normal person. Okay?
Joe is six pack.
What? Sorry?
Joe six pack, his name. Another name.
Another Joy six pack? I
Yes,
actually haven't heard.
on Wikipedia it looks now. It's from United States.
Yep. Yeah.
This term, average Joe.
Okay, yeah, average Joe, and there are lots of different ways to describe like ordinary, average. We also call them everyday people. Okay, so this is all these so ordinary, average, average Joes, everyday people. All this means the same thing. So people who are just regular people, everyday people. There's nothing special or extraordinary about them. Okay?
Hina, but for females, what is the name? Guess?
What is it? Tell us. Tell us,
Average
Igor.
Jane.
Average Jane. There we
Yes.
go. Let's write that as well. So Joe and Jane are very common names in North America. Okay? So for that reason, average Joe and average Jane, just anybody. Okay? Thanks for that, Igor. So
You're welcome.
our last paragraphs, they're telling us that the internet can store billions of pages of information, all right? And there are about 1 billion people in the world who use the internet like every day or like all the time. So you can buy services, you can chat, and you basically use the internet to browse and do everything that you need. You can run your life over the internet, all right? So it's a pretty important piece of technology that has become basically, I don't think if the internet was to go down, many people would be able to function. They'd be like, no, what do I do with my life now?
The world will not work.
The world would not work, exactly. Planes would fall out of... Go ahead.
But they used to function without internet, so they will live.
No, exactly. But like once you know about the internet and you have become so addicted, okay? People are addicted to it, right? So once you have become addicted to something and then it's taken away from you, it becomes really hard to reestablish yourself as a caveman. I think life before the internet was caveman-like. Nah, I'm kidding. I don't really think that. So we have Vivian in the chat. Hi, Vivian. I just picked up this class last minute, Vivian. So if you didn't see it on the schedule, that is why. Okay. So let's read some comprehension questions to see if you guys got everything in our passage. So let's so true or false. Read the statement. If the statement is true, and if it's false, correct the information. All right. So let's do number 1. So Lizette, can I get you to read number 1 and tell us if it's true or false?
And all computer networks are run by the government. And it is false because it is not only by governments. It's also universities and private businesses.
Yeah, but those are the users, all right? So it's run, exactly. So it's not just run by government, it's by universities and private businesses as well. Perfect. Thank you, Lizette.
Okay.
Next we have Motaz. Motaz, can I get you to do number 2?
Computer networks were first linked in the US in the 1940s. I'll say no, because the idea was to link the computers in the 40s.
Perfect. So when were they linked? Can you read? Can you like do a speed read and tell us?
I'll try.
Okay.
70s.
70s.
Exactly.
In the 70s. Perfect. So it's right over here. So in 1979. So in 1979, computer networks were first linked, not in the 40s. Perfect. Thank you, Motaz. Next, let's get Samir. Hi, Samir. I don't think you introduced yourself, but welcome to class. Thanks for joining us. Can you do number 3 for us?
Okay. The internet was created in the early 1980s. Then I think false.
Okay, so when was the internet created?
The internet created in I think 1915s by the Ministry of Defense. It used by Ministry of Defense.
Sorry, hold on.
1940s.
The internet was created in the early 1980s. So is that true or false, guys?
It's
true.
False.
It's actually true. All right. Early
1982.
1980. Yeah. So what happened in 1982? Computer networks could now be linked. About 1982, several networks merged to form the internet. So this is the So this is the early 1980s. Okay. So
In
when
the
so when you read a statement like something happened in the early 1980s or in the early 1970s, they're not saying that it happened in that year. They're not saying it happened in 1980, but they're saying that it happened in the early part of that decade. So what years would be the early 1980s? What years would those be?
81, 82, 83, 84.
80, yeah, it'll be up to 83 because after
83?
after 83 you will have the mid 80s. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So the mid 80s would be 84 till 86. Okay? And then what would be from 87 till 89?
but I see in the
Late
paragraph
late
I
80s.
see
Late 80s. Yeah. So what? Yeah.
sorry
What did you
in the
say,
paragraph
Samir?
I see in the paragraph they in 1940s. Is it right or
But in 1940s, so in the 1940s, they were only linking computers. The internet wasn't made. They were only connecting computers with one another, but they didn't have the internet. The internet came in 1982. So do you understand the difference between connecting computers and having the internet?
in the question I say created? I think it is made. That's mean. I don't know.
Yeah, so
That's
here, created can be form. Form also means to create. All right? To form is to create something, okay? So these are different words that mean the same thing. So if it said in 1982 several networks merged to create the internet, it would mean the exact same thing. Okay? So to form can be another way of saying to create. All right? So these words are these verbs mean the same thing. Perfect. Thank you, Samir. So let's go back to Antonio. Can you do number 4 for us?
Yeah. HTML is a web address. It's false.
What is HTML then? It's not a web address, you're right. What is it if it's not a web address?
HTML is a language.
Exactly. HTML is a language. Who can name some other languages that we have in like computers?
Java.
Java. Everybody knows Java, C++. Okay, and we have C++. Okay, there's hundreds of languages. So HTML is one of those languages. Perfect. Thank you, Antonio. And lastly, Igor, can I get you to do number 5? Igor, are you there?
Yes. When the first I had another window open and I.
That's okay. So number 5.
When the internet was first created, it was used mostly by universities, by academics. But I think yes, this is the meaning of academics.
Exactly. So a lot of academics, they work at universities because they teach and they do their research. All right. So a lot of academics work at universities. Right? So that is actually the end of our class on the internet. What did you guys think? Was it eye-opening? You guys know what eye-opening is?
Like interesting?
It's interesting, and did you learn something new? Eye-opening is like, oh, I didn't know this. That's really cool. So I hope this was an eye-opening class for everyone. Like, wow, the internet is so cool.
Definitely.
Definitely. It's very, very cool. I'm actually going to end broadcast. Thank you everybody who joined me for this class. I'm actually teaching the next class as well. It's not going to be the same topic. It's going to be a speaking class. We're going to be talking about our hobbies and our interests. All right. So if you guys want to join me for that, you're more than welcome to. This was a really fun class for me. Thanks, guys. I hope to see you. Hopefully, I'll see you guys again. I might teach classes this time. I don't know, depending on if you guys like me or not. I might teach classes again at this time. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you soon.